It's late May when I slip the lines and take off from Shearwater on the Canadian Pacific coast to go sailing. And my plan is to sail where the winds take me, trim for best possible sailing and go to no special place. I sail a 10-meter Colin Archer, a double-ender that I know will take good care of me. And the weather patterns are favorable on this side of the vast waters of Gulf of Alaska. In late afternoon, I double the Ivory Rock Lighthouse and leave the sheltered waters of Seaforth Channel. And this is how the sail would turn out. Hecate Strait, the waters between the mainland and Haida Gwaii, has a reputation of roaring winds and monster waves. But today, a steadily south 20, slowly rising, provides great sailing. Following the slow southwest wind shift, Sjöa makes an average of 7.1 knots over 100 nautical miles. And as the low-pressure system passes, the wind brings Sjöa back to the southern tip of Haida Gwaii and Rose Harbor. Rose Harbor was, until 1946, a whaling station. During its half-century history, 5,065 whales were processed here. In 1911, 148 humpbacks were processed. 30 years later, only 5. A strengthening westerly wind gives a great beam reach. Yes, there is some wind, 20 knots gusting 30. We sail towards southwest, not at all where I intend to go, so this will take some time. I expect a southwesterly during the night. That will take me where I want to go, the Bowie Seamount. The wind shifts as predicted, and for some hours in the early morning there's not wind enough to fill the sails. And this is not good sailing. But not for long. The southwest is back, and I make a good speed towards the Bowie Seamount. Life on board soon finds its routines, with sail trim, cooking tasty food, good strong coffee, and lots of time reading. The Bowie Seamount is a large submarine volcano with a height exceeding 3,000 meters and the highest mountain on the central coast. It reaches to 24 meters below the surface. It's a nature reserve with very rich wildlife, but strikingly few visitors. Any swell running in the deep open waters will be many times higher in the shallow waters on the seamount. So the visit have to wait to another time. A slow wind shift to northwest and a jibe brings me back towards the west coast of Haida Gwaii. Haida Gwaii is divided by Skidegate Channel, a shallow cut east to west. It's a comfortable, well-marked passage on high tide, but almost dry on low. At the eastern entrance is Queen Charlotte City, a small community of 900 with a good sheltered harbor. It was founded around 1908 around the sawmill, but is now the administrative center with a fast-growing tourism. The new museum gives a worthy presentation of the First Nation culture and is a rich source of information. After an early morning departure, I meet swell, but almost no wind, over the shallow sand bottoms in the northwestern Hecate Strait. Sailing in light airs gives ample time for reading and the really important decisions. Which one of the cookies looks the tastiest? But soon the wind has established a steady north that gives a pleasant port broad reach towards the mainland coast. Entering Otter Passage has to be timed to slack as the current sets west 6 knots on falling tides. I get through and the setting sun finds me at anchor in Anderson Inlet on Campania Island. Without the sounds from the sea, the silence is palpable as March moves over the sky. Clear skies and a northerly breeze invites me to sail south through the sparse archipelago west of Arecibo Island, back towards Seaforth Channel and Shearwater. So, after 864 miles of good sailing, I'm back to where I started.